All right, so it's the morning and we're already rolling. Man, camp was really a buzz. Everybody, not even much talking, but everybody just so excited to get this going, make it happen. And, lots of nervous energy. I slept well last night though, which is good. It's about 5 miles up to the peak. We've already done a mile, the really, really easy mile with steps and everything, up to a little waterfall, got some water, and we're going. So this is going to get substantially more difficult here really soon. So I'm not going to video for long, but I will just tell you that once you get up to the top, there's a number of ways down, and I can't remember if I mentioned it last night or not, but I have decided, and so has almost all the rest of the group, that we're gonna do knife's edge down, which is, well, I'll show you when I get there, hopefully, but should be pretty cool. It goes down the other side of the park, and yeah, I think most of us are gonna do that, so that should be exciting. But right now, I just have to get my lungs in gear to get up to the top. Katahdin Stream Falls. Well, I'm somewhere between about half and 2/3 the way up, and it hasn't been too bad. I mean, it's pretty relentless and kind of strenuous, but not horrible compared to other stuff we've done so far. And the weather is beautiful. I mean, there's a little bit of a breeze, it's cool, no rain, rocks are dry. I mean, you couldn't ask for more. Really couldn't. All right, first good view of the day here. Whew. Oh man, really beautiful. I wonder if I passed every one of those ponds on my hike. It's just spectacular up here.
See someone on the mountain up there?
Yeah. You think that's our final?
I think that's her, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Crested the peak of that massive boulder climb, scramble, and yeah, now we're walking on some relatively level terrain for a while. I think we have 1.4 miles left, so I don't know exactly where we're heading or if it'll get steep again. I'm sure it will. We'll find out. So there's a little spring here, right here, that we've been told is not a really reliable water source. Obviously there's some water you could get here, but it doesn't appear to be running very heavily, if at all. But it's called Thoreau Spring. Named for Henry David Thoreau, who climbed this mountain in 1846. Pretty neat. So we've got 1 mile to go still. Looks like we're going up this way and probably right up there. And in fact, it's kind of tough to see, but it looks like there's a little tiny structure up there on top. And that's probably the sign that everybody has their picture taken with. We'll find out. So, you know, I don't know whether you guys will really care about this at all or not, but it's really important for me to journal, and I think it's pretty interesting. And it's just how this all ended up with those of us that are here today summiting at this, summiting together on the same day. And it's just fascinating to me how it all turns out, Up ahead, well, early this morning there were some people that went out that, just, I don't know, I'm not going to see them at all today, so I won't go through all them, but certainly the first person up ahead is Osceola, and he's from Florida, and I first met him at Pine Ellis Hostel in Andover, and that was just, whatever that was, a couple weeks ago, two and a half weeks ago, and we just talked for a short bit, a couple of days there. I mean, not much. Then his friend showed up. They hiked a little bit. I saw him on trail one time for about 2 minutes, and then here he showed up today. He's a real nice young guy, but I won't see him. He was way ahead. And then up ahead, just in this group that I probably will see, is Beat. And Beat I met at the Hostel of Maine. I'm getting off trail here. And he hurt his hand. He's broken some bones in it when he fell and stuff. And anyway, so, but he and I, keep crossing paths on the trail. And again, I wouldn't say we've really had a chance to kind of become friends as such, but certainly we know each other. He's a very nice guy. Then behind him up there is No Shame, and she's the young woman from Oklahoma that I've talked about a couple of times. And again, we've only known each other. We just met each other at the, where's the trail again? At the Hikers Hostel, Shaw's Hikers Hostel in Monson. And so that was just, a week ago, right before the 100-mile wilderness. Really didn't even talk to each other, just said hi, I think, a couple times. That was it until just a few days ago. So, kind of barely know her, but she's really ultra nice too. And then behind her is Star, and he's a guy that's probably right about my age, maybe slightly older. And he met him at Pine Ellis, right? So again, that was only a couple weeks ago. And then back behind me is Gunslinger. I met her on the trail. She's probably just about my age or a little older. And she's moving kind of slow today. I think she's pretty stressed out about some of the kind of crazy climbing and exposed rocks and things on the trail. But she's awesome. She plugs through and does everything. So, but yeah, again, I hardly know her. Let's see, who else? There's Wallet, who's the guy that I just met at the campground. I think I was talking about yesterday. Just met him at the A-Ball campground 2 days ago. And he really didn't even have a chance to talk to him too much. Talked to his friend a lot more. But his friend's not summiting because of some issues, and he is summiting. And so he's back quite a ways. I'll have to wait for him up here for quite a while, but he's a really ultra nice guy. I pretty much have only talked to him yesterday. I mean, other than just kind of a hi, how you doing? And it's just so nice, like kind of like we've been friends for months already. And that's kind of it. I mean, there's a few more people I could mention, but I really don't know them at all. I just pulled in yesterday, said a couple words to them, and that's about it. So, it's just strange how those people will be a part of, you know, my final really impactful memory of this hike. You know, just by chance. Wow. Hard to see maybe, but there's the sign up there. A couple people are taking pictures on it. I'm almost there. So, I did not expect to feel emotional about this, but when I saw that sign just now, it was really overwhelming. Not really sure why. I guess just the culmination of a long time dreaming about this. Really, ever since I first read about it. I can't even see where I'm going. When I first read about it in National Geographic in 1987, when I was a senior in high school. I just always having in the back of my mind that I wanted to do this. Not knowing anything about Katahdin and the sign and Springer and really anything about anything. Just knowing there was this long trail and it seemed really incredible that people hiked this whole thing. Sorry, I know I'm videoing all wacky. But it's just exciting. I'm almost there. Whew. Wow.
Who's that man with the bandana back there?
Numbers.
Where are you from?
California.
California. That's a big state. All right.
Well, the contingency is growing up here today. And way over there you can see a guy up on top that was over here. This is Knife Edge, which we're talking about maybe going down. That looks pretty crazy. That's probably how we're going to get off the mountain today, though. Probably been sitting up here for an hour. Nobody wants to leave, plus there's a whole bunch in the group that haven't summited yet, so we're kind of waiting on them. What do you think, man?
Whew. A little scary.
It's pretty cool. Knife's Edge.
Yep.
Look, Mom, no hands.
Yep. Your teacher is more courageous than you are.
I might even get my kids to watch this video.
Yeah.
Look, this is the one where Dad actually fell off a cliff. Oh, we'll watch that one. Look, that's that side of the cliff.
Wow.
And then over here, that side of the cliff. Woo!
Jeez.
All right, that's Katahdin where we came up. And then that's where the Knife Edge starts. So we've come all the way down through here and all the way around to here.
So we're going down over this.
And now, I think we got to do this. Yeah, we got to do this whole thing right here, and then somewhere over there we start heading down the side, but I don't know where. So we finished Knife's Edge and went through the chimney there, which was kind of the end hard part. And now we're coming down. I don't even know what it is. The Helen Taylor or something trail, which takes us to the Chimney Pond campground and Roaring Brook and I don't know, whatever. That's where parking is and where this trip is going to come to a finality. So, man, what a day. And Wallet, or Rich, and I, man, we've had a great time. This has been a lot of fun. So, I don't know. We're still not down, but we're at least down close to tree line. And, I don't know what the heck. Guess we're going this way. Yeah, it's about time for this hiking day to be over. About time to retire the backpacking stuff. Go get some real food. Okay, so I have not thought this out well, and so I don't know exactly what I'm going to say, but I am so tired, honestly, I can hardly stand up. But I just want to share this and get this on video before I forget. So I know some of this I already covered, but I'm just going to say it anyway. So a couple days ago at A-Ball Campground, I met this guy, Greg, and just some random guy at the campground. And he was hiking with a guy named Rich. They were hiking the 100-mile wilderness, and they were going to go ahead and summit Katahdin, Baxter Peak on Katahdin. Same day I was. So great, that's awesome. Talked with him a little bit, went to bed, got up, did my thing, hiked into Branches, yesterday and all that. So I get into Branches, and this guy's, Rich, is there, but Greg's not there. Well, Greg couldn't hike for various reasons, and Rich wanted to still summit. So Rich and I had an opportunity to talk more. We get to kind of know each other, and man, was just a great guy. I mean, you've heard me say this so many times, I know it's just boring to you, but to me, I'm here experiencing it. Like, how many times do you meet people like this? This guy is the nicest guy you've ever met in your life, and just cool and fun and interesting, and we have a lot in common and just great. So we get talking, and it's like, well, he's not hiking with anybody now, and I'm not really hiking with anybody, so we're going to hike together to summit a little bit. Hiking together doesn't necessarily mean you stick side by side holding hands hiking, but it just means you're there and you're waiting on each other periodically at various points and different things. We're just kind of sharing the experience. So that's what we're going to do. Well, cool. So I start talking to him more, and Greg, right, not Rich, who I'm summiting with, but Greg, who couldn't summit, his sister lives in Bangor, where I happen to need to be, Bangor, Maine, right? That's where the airport is that I need to get to. So long story short, well, heck, they'll just drive me to Bangor today, because they're coming down anyway. Right after Rich summits, they're coming down to see Greg's sister. So they'll just drive me down, so no problem. So anyway, let's go back. Rich and I start up the mountain this morning. We're enjoying that time. It's great. Get to a certain point, and he needs a break. He's a little bit tired, right? I mean, he's been hiking for 9 days. I've been hiking for 2 months, and so, obviously that's just how it's going to be. So I go on ahead because I really do want to summit with all these people that I've been, have seen along the trail. People that are actual Appalachian Trail, through hikers, and I want to be up there to kind of share that experience. So I go on ahead. We summit. That's great. You already saw some of that. It was a really wonderful experience, amazing and very emotional. So anyway, after they all leave to go hike on down, Rich shows up, or shortly before they leave, Rich shows up. So that's great. Rich and I get to celebrate at the top, and they did too briefly with him. And so we hang around a while, and then we then we start hiking down. And I decided I'm going to do Knife's Edge, which you saw now in the video. Not what I was planning on doing yesterday. I was not that excited. I was like, hey, I'm up here. I'm done. I'm excited about being done. I want to get down and be done. But no, I got excited about Knife's Edge. So I did Knife's Edge, which was really, really, really cool. And Rich and I did it, like, they did that part, like, side by side, front and back, just enjoyed that. That was fun. And we just went at the pace that was just enjoyable for us, and it was a blast. And it was so much fun to hang out and do that with him, and he's funny, he made me laugh a ton along the way. It was an awesome time. And it was easier to have an awesome time because I already completed my goal, and I'm done. I made it. Like, I'm on schedule. I'm not going to miss my flight because of it, so we could just slow down and enjoy the day. So it was awesome. Beautiful day. Could not have been better. I mean, it couldn't have been any better weather-wise. So, all right. So anyway, we make the whole hike. We get down. We meet Greg, Rich's brother-in-law. He's cool with the whole thing, the whole plan we put together that we didn't tell him about because we couldn't get cell signal. So basically, we go into town. I need to pick up a box. They have no problem dropping me off at this place to get the box. I get that. We drive on. We stop for, I kind of force them really to stop and have at least some appetizers and stuff like that before they go on to his sister's and hang out. I really want to thank them. Well, we had great food. They absolutely refused to let me pay for it, which is kind of ridiculous, guys. Should let me pay for it, but just again, generous. In the meantime, on the way down, I'm digging through, on the internet, trying to find a hotel room. So I find it. That's where I'm in now. There for the incredible backdrop that you see. And they dropped me off here at the hotel, and here I am. So, I mean, and not only that, but we exchange phone numbers. Kind of feels like I have a new lifelong friend. And it's just how did that happen? I don't really know, but it did, and it's amazing. So, now, everything looks good. I'm in a hotel room. I look moderately normal. I smell like a dumpster, worse than a dumpster. So I need to shower. I need to do some laundry, but that is not going to help. My clothes are not going to smell right. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a shower, change this into the best clothes I have, and there's a Walmart a 6 or 7 minute walk from here, which is part of the reason why I stayed in this hotel. And I'm going to walk over there and just buy a new whole everything, underwear, socks, shoes, shorts, and shirt, and just change into that and wear that for the next, because I'm here for a couple of days now. And then I'll wear that on the flight home, and that way those poor people will not have to deal with the way I smell. So yeah, that's my story. The day's over, the hike's over. My time with all of my friends on the trail is probably over. Most of them I will never have contact with again. They're now memories. And that's a little weird to deal with, but okay, so I don't think I have anything else to say. Sorry to bore you with this, but I needed to get those thoughts out, so I'm going to go take a shower and then I'm going to Walmart. Man, I just hiked the whole Appalachian Trail and I'm done. I can't even believe it.